All right, what up, everybody? Hey, so this is first time Loyd here. So just coming off leave, decided to grow my facial hair out a little bit because I know there's a lot of challenges in the force right now about this whole beard, whatever we're calling it, right? With the everybody's got to get their beard re-looked at and their profile and stuff like that. And on a couple of the messaging sites that I've looked at, people are like, "Well, senior NCOs need to get out here and teach some of these junior NCOs and these junior soldiers how to shave." So today, I just wanted to show you all what I do. I don't have a shaving profile. I grew it out just so you can see, like I can't grow out a beard. It's not that I don't understand that. I just also know how to shave, and so I've been able to. Good night, son. Love you. I've been able to get through now going on 17 years in the Army without having to have a shaving profile. So I'm gonna show y'all what I do today. I acknowledge fully that every single person is different. Okay, so what I do may not work for you, but if you aren't doing what I do, then maybe that's something that you can try to help out because maybe you like the Army and you want to keep staying in it for a while, and this shaving thing is just, it is what it is, right? Like, we adapt and we overcome to the challenges and the changes that come. I'm gonna post this right here, and then I'm just gonna show you some pieces of equipment. Now, like, not getting bumps does require some effort. Okay, so for one, I have spent a little bit of money and I get my Gillette Mach 3 Turbo. Okay, this is a reusable razor. All right, it has the three blades on it. You can get it in the 4 pack. I won't lie, this costs a little bit of money, usually like $10 to $15 on the floor on the blades for the reusable piece. Again, this is the Gillette Mach 3. I know some people are like, hey, you're supposed to use one razor. One blade has never done it for me, whether getting my skin close enough that I don't have to shave every single day, or just in general, like it doesn't give me a good shave, and it actually causes more bumps for me. So if you're using one blade razor, maybe try three. That might be a solution for you. But I'm gonna have a fresh blade here for tonight's shaving performance. Additionally, I like to use. It doesn't really matter the type of shaving cream that you use, but I always try to have a shaving cream that has aloe in there. Okay, and I won't lie to you all. Um, Aloe is my aftershave of choice. So some people are like going for the like smell good and like the cooling sensation. Um, just straight aloe, right? Some after sun gel with aloe, or just some straight aloe is what I put on my face that cools it, the sensation, and it helps to also relieve the irritation that prevents from bumps from forming. Okay, so what's my routine and my rhythm? Whenever I get ready to shave, especially like if I've grown my hair out a little bit, then I never go straight to a blade, right? Because this is gonna pull, and all that's gonna do is that's gonna kill my face. I also have a brush that I use, is the same brush that I can use on my head. So obviously, just be aware, like if you got oils from your hair because you're maintaining your waves or some other style that you might have going on, you do maybe want to wash your brush so that you're not transferring that grease and stuff on there. But the reason that I have this brush and I'm using the stiff end as opposed to the soft end is I like to shave my head or brush my face, show hair, right, into a certain direction. I try to get it all going in the same direction before I get ready to shave it. So what I'm gonna do, like long story short, I'm gonna brush this hair all down in one direction, and then I'm going to use this shaver here. And like I cut hair, my own and my son's, so that's why I have my own kit. But maybe you just have like an electric razor, but you should have some kind of like electric razor piece, right? And I'm gonna go right against or opposite of the angle that I brush my hair. So if I brush it down like this, right? Then I'm going to come like this when I do my shaving. And what that's going to do is that's going to, because I'm going against the grain, that's going to let me naturally get a closer shave. Now, if you've got an electric shaver, one of those foil ones, then it kind of automatically does. It doesn't really matter as much on how you brush it. But in terms of me trying to get my hair pattern going and uncurling, right? Because part of what makes those bumps is the natural curly hairs of our facial grows into the skin. Right? So like I'm by brushing it, I'm pulling it out of the skin. Additionally, I've got a washcloth here. I will typically I prefer to shave after I shower, right? So like a hot shower gets my skin relaxed, a little brush, a little cut against the grain. But if I haven't showered, then a hot towel, right, as hot as I can stand it for like 2 to 3 minutes, just again to relax those hairs. And when those hairs are relaxed, then they come out of the skin. It's not as much pulling, which decreases the amount of irritation, which in turn makes it easier for me to avoid the facial bumps. All right, so plugging this in, and feel free to fast forward. It's probably gonna be like a minute or two to the next part. But again, I've already brushed down, so I'm gonna bring this close. All right. So as you saw, right, just finished shaving all that hair, and again, depending on the length of your beard, okay, you may need to use a guard to pull to like cut it down to size. Some of you have had some really longer beard action that you've got going on, so you may actually need like a guard to take some of that off. Every time you feel that pull, this is my like again, I'm not a dermatologist, like right. I'm just a guy like you who's out here trying to live the army life and maintain the standards of AR 670-1. So every time I feel that pull, I know typically that's irritation, and that irritation on the skin is what's leading to me having facial bumps. So again, that's what I'm trying to avoid, right? So again, all I did was brush down, and now I brought this way lower than it was just a few minutes ago. Okay, could I measure that? No, it's really too close, but you can obviously tell that I still have facial hair, so obviously I'm not in regulatory guidance or whatever like that. Okay, so now again, if I've done some, if I've already showered, I'm just gonna get my hot water going now at this point. Okay, you gotta have hot water when you get ready to go ahead and shave your face. Okay, your blade needs to be getting hot as you are in the process of doing this whole piece. So I like a hot blade. It's me personally, again, my preference. But what I'm gonna do, get my water hot, I get my washcloth hot, and all I'm gonna do with this washcloth is I'm just gonna go over my face one more time, pulling out any oils that may be on here, as well as just basically calming it down, right? Because I did just use an electric shaver on my face, so my face may be feeling a little irritated, but I'm in the middle of the process as well. And so I tell you, I guess I could have led with this, but give yourself 25 to 30 minutes in order to make this transition happen. This is not something that you want to try to do just like real quick 5 minutes before because you woke up late and now you got to be at PT session. You can about 100% sure that if you just throw a razor on it, you're going to be burning all day, fully irritated, and then have bumps like crazy. All right, so just gonna calm my face down just a little bit. Again, getting underneath here, and then just for rinse my washcloth out so it stays clean, and then I'm gonna get ready to apply the shaving cream. Now, like I said, I'm using a shaving cream that already has the aloe in it. That's what I found works best for me. But for what it's worth, I have used just plain shaving cream. In fact, I've got for my travel a little small one of those red and white ones that you can get from the PX or commissary, and I've never had any issues with that. So I'm just gonna take this here now. I'm very liberal with the amount of shaving cream I use. And all I'm going to do is, as I apply it, I'm then going to do the same thing that I did with my brush, but now I'm actually going to go the opposite way with my shaving cream. So I like to shave down so that I can find that place right at the midpoint here for my ear and know where to cut my sideburns off, right? I like to shave down. And so since I'm shaving down, when I'm applying my shaving cream, I'm going to make my hairs go up. Now, if you remember, I just brushed my hairs down and then I shaved up, and now I'm brushing my hairs up with the shaving cream and I'm going to shave down. See, so some people will tell you, right, like you need to shave both ways, and that can also create irritation for us. This is how I shave both ways, but in a controlled method, so I don't end up, again, cutting down on the irritation. So here we go. Plenty of sideburn stuff. And so, again, I'm just going to get it in here nice and good. Now, maybe one day, if this is helpful to y'all, I'll do a video on mustaches, because I feel like a lot of people are out there wearing their mustache incorrectly. And I don't wear a mustache because I think the correct way of wearing a mustache doesn't look good. But that's just me personally. So you do what the regulation and your rank and chain of command allow you to get away with. In the meantime, here we go. So again, now that I've gotten this on my face, right, I'm just going to basically brush all of this into an upward manner. And all I'm doing with the shaving cream, right, is I'm pulling those hairs out, and that's kind of like firming them up, gets them sticking out, so that when I shave, I'm basically going to just be able to chop all of that off. All right, good. All right, now I'll get my water on. And I always leave my left hand covered with the remaining of my shaving cream, since I'm a right-handed person. And I'm going to then go from there. All right. So got my 3 blades here, fresh out. I'm gonna dip this under some hot water. I've got a running stream of hot water going here. Some people like the bowl action. I save that for when I'm in the field, right? And I got my little canteen cup. Put some hot water in there from the MRE and use that to shave. But I'm not in the field, so here we go. I'll find my little midpoint on my ear, and I'm just gonna come down one nice smooth stroke. Okay, but because I'm using 3 blades, it's really like I just did 3 strokes. Okay, and I'm just gonna work my way down. Same thing again. Work my way down, and I feel the nice heat of the blade, which is nice cutting. I'm not getting any kind of skin pulling, no kind of irritation is happening here. And then after I get about 2/3 of the way from me, then I'm gonna switch over here to the other side and do the same thing. Hot blade, middle of the ear, come on down. And just like if I'm cutting grass or I'm doing something else where I always want to have some overlap so I don't miss the spot. And a little bit of overlap. You know, it's a little hard to see on this side. Overlap. Now, I won't lie, sometimes the blade is so hot that when I apply too much pressure, it'll just cut right into my skin a little bit. But that bleeding's superficial, and it usually stops within like 1 to 2 minutes with just a little bit of pressure. Now, as I start getting into this area right here, I know this area for myself anyways is typically where those hairs grow thickest. So I'm going to be real careful, especially as I'm doing my mustache. So it's not that I don't just take it and pull, but if I feel that irritation, I might slow it down and do like almost a little scraping motion like so, as opposed to just the one smooth stroke that I was doing beforehand. So hot water, just like that. All right. Hot water. Please go away. I'm doing a video. Please go away. Don't see mommy. Y'all forgive me. I'm a real person. I got 7 kids, so it happens. And that might happen to you, right? Your kid might come in. You just gotta put them on pause for a second so you can focus on what you're doing. All right. Keep that going. All right, now even as I'm shaving right now, just because of the nature of the way my facial hair grows, I can see a few bumps that have populated from where the hairs that I had on my face have started to ingrow, started to grow in. And that's another reason why I'm not a big fan of having a beard for myself, because I can always feel the itching underneath. Like, so I'm just like, that's not for me. I just prefer a clean shave. But everybody's different. Again, if this is helpful to you, cool. If it's not, cool. Okay. So at this point, I've got about 2/3 of the work done here. You can kind of see over here, I've got a couple little nicks. Again, I told you that might happen with the hot blade. So now I'm going to go under my chin. Again, doing the same thing, making sure I've got this nice and smooth here. I'm just going to come right down that center line. Obviously, I'm not moving my Adam's apple or talking while I'm shaving there, because the last thing I want to do is cut myself. And again, this is what I like about the 3-blade versus the 1-blade. When you're trying to get in this little crease that's kind of right here from where your jaw and your neck form, there's like a little crease right in there. Right in there. With that 1 blade, you can miss that. And then you're scraping. And sometimes you'll feel that little patch in there. But with the 3 blades, if you miss the first one and the second one, you can usually get it with that 3rd blade. Especially if you went against, you can call it against the grain or in the opposite direction of the way you're shaving. Because that hair is sticking out waiting for you to cut down. Again, hot blade. Again, the good thing about white skin or white shaving cream up against brown skin, I can see, oh yeah, I didn't get that spot right there. I'm just going to work my way in there. Get that, like that. And boom, I'm done. Alright. So then I'm just going to check my work, right? I got the extra shaving cream still on my left hand in case I see any little patches. Get in close. Move my jaw around a couple of different ways under the light. And I didn't mention this, but that's like really important, right? Like you want to have a good light. Oh, I see I missed a little spot back here. Get that. Check the other side. That's good. Okay, so at this point, I'm about a 99% solution on this whole little shaving piece that I needed to do. Okay, so I'm going to give y'all the close-up so you can see. I do have a few bumps showing. But then at the core of it, once I add this aloe to it, now, here we go. This is before I wipe it down. So you can see, right? Cut myself a couple of times. Got a little bit of bumpage right there around there. I don't think there's a lot there underneath. All right. Now what I'm going to do, again, that for me, my bumping I've noticed comes from my skin being irritated. And I told y'all that I might have some skin irritation up here around the goatee mustache area. So now I got my hot washcloth. Go ahead and clean this up. I'm just going to apply this and hold it right here. Alright, again, that pressure is going to help that bleeding stop. It's going to help that irritation to calm down. But it's not going to do a perfect job. So I honestly prefer never to shave the day prior to coming off leave. Like I'm a big, let me shave a couple days prior to coming off leave so my face has time to irritate and I get rid of my bumps and stuff. But after I've done that, now I'm going to take my trusty aloe. Boom. And again, this is all that I use for an aftershave. Maybe it works for you, maybe it doesn't. You gotta go with what you feel, but if you didn't know any better, you never tried it. This became a game changer for me when I discovered this, courtesy of my wife, actually, who was a nurse in the Air Force. Put some aloe on it after. And voila, boom. For the most part, pretty much bump free. These bumps will actually disappear overnight. And as the irritation goes down, my facial will be right where it needs to be. Ready for work on Monday morning. PT, go get some whole. All right, hey, hopefully that was helpful. Please leave it in comments or feedback. Really, if you got some better suggestions, make a video yourself and post it. And let's share the knowledge with everybody so we can get through this. Make sure we stay in compliance, adapt, and overcome, because we're NCOs and we lead the way. First on Loyd out.